Anthropic just launched something called Claude Design, and Figma stock just dropped 5% on the same exact day. So what exactly is it? Claude Design is a AI tool where you describe a visual in plain English and Claude builds it, not an image, an actual edible interactive design. So we're talking about app prototypes, pitch decks, website mockups, one-pagers, marketing materials, interactive web apps. The workflow is simple. You describe what you want, Claude builds a first version on a canvas right next to the chat. Then you refine it just by talking to it, leaving inline comments on specific elements or using sliders that Claude generates to adjust spacing, color, and layout live. Claude Design looks insanely impressive, but after actually putting it through 4 real challenges, I realized that there's one thing that nobody really talks about: tokens. And depending on what you're trying to make, that changes everything. So in this video, I'm putting Claude Design to the test. I'm going to give it 4 different design challenges and see, can it actually make good stuff? Who is this tool really for? And most importantly, is it actually worth your time and money? Let's put that to the test and let's get started with challenge number 1. Okay, so this one I'm actually very curious about because as a aspiring consultant, building decks takes forever. So here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be pasting a actual storyline from my case quote team, and I'll attach it with the actual PowerPoint deck that our team has built. I'll put that into Claude and say, hey, I have this new storyline that I wrote by myself. Can you create a PowerPoint based on that storyline, given the past 2 examples that I uploaded? And let's see what it gives me. So first I want to chat just to sort out my prompt properly. So this is what I wrote. I just say, hey, can you write a prompt for Claude Design to create a PowerPoint slide, blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna paste this in. Okay, so slide deck, project name, let's just say 3. Okay, cool. So I'm going to all 3 of the files and then I'll paste in the prompt as well. Okay, let's hit send and let's see the results. I'm actually very curious. Finally, it came out. This took longer than expected. This was 10 minutes of waiting-ish. So let's see. Okay, this is the first slide. This isn't how we usually do title slides, but it's an easy fix. I like how they put this here. Usually we don't do exact sums like this. Okay, analysis. Oh, it's very inconsistent. Okay, I do like this slide, but it's not aligned, which makes me a bit mad. So this does give off Canva vibes. Okay, so I'm not too content of the slides that they made, to be honest. I think it's a great starting point. I think if you don't have a clear vision of what your slides would look like, I think Claude Design is great. But if you do have something in mind, like me in this case, like I want the slides to be a particular, aesthetic, like consulting slides, then it does a horrible job. Not horrible, but not the type or the aesthetic that I'm looking for. Let's just say that. Anyways, let's move on to challenge number 2 then. I do have an idea for this, but I don't have a certain vision on how the aesthetic or the style should look like. So this web app has been a personal idea I've been wanting to build for a while. I want a journaling app, but instead of, a boring list of entries, it's displayed more like a comic book. Anyways, so as per usual, we are going to use chat because we don't want to waste any tokens on our Claude. We are going to write a prompt for Claude Design. So this is what I got, and obviously we could tweak it later on, but let's see how well Claude does on the first get-go. So we're gonna go to prototype, high fidelity. Let's say project name, comic journal. I can't wait. Well, we'll see you in 10 minutes, hopefully. Oh, 20 minutes has passed. Let's see if it's worth the wait. Oh, interesting. Comic journal. This was not what I was anticipating, but hey, pretty cool. Okay, upload today's moment. Okay, let me choose. Oh, wait, I'm actually kind of impressed. Wait, title today's issue. I fell while skating. Choose files. Wait, did they just choose the file for me? Caption. I drank coffee and it tasted great. As you can see, this is going to be a very interesting comic. Speech bubble. Oh my, did not anticipate this coffee to be this good. I might actually publish this because I feel like I would definitely do this every single day. Oh my god, this is actually so cute. Wait, why is this idea looking kind of good? Okay, anyways, here are my thoughts. Maybe this will change my mind later on, but so far, given the first challenge that we've done, and that is the PowerPoint, I wanted a certain aesthetic. I wanted to be very specific that, hey, the slide should look like this. It should not look like this. That looks like AI slop. Obviously, it did a horrible job. It did not meet my expectations. However, if you don't have a vision in mind and you don't really know, you just have the idea. So maybe this is for like non-designers where you're just like, hey, I have this idea that I want to make, but I don't know how it looks like. I think Claude Design would be your best bet because sometimes when you walk in with no expectations, which is in this case where I just have an idea of comic journal and I wrote in a prompt, and this is just one prompt, by the way. Imagine just like tweaking it. It's probably gonna look a lot better and a lot more feasible too. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. Let's move on to the next challenge. Okay, so there is something that I must confess, and that is I've been working on my portfolio for the past 2 months and I barely got started. I just have an idea and I have a vision in mind, but I've just never had the time or the motivation to really finish it. So hopefully Claude Design could bring it into reality. So this is what I have currently so far. This is my homepage. You could just drag things around to explore who I am as a person. Usually just stuff that you could find on my desk currently right now. And then we have our actual website, which is Who's Kaylee. I was thinking of having like a scrapbook kind of look because, you know, I think it's cute. It really shows who I am. I'm a very creative person. Then we have the web design because I do have some clients or I am freelancing right now. So I think it'll be really cute to kind of mimic the Figma layout. When you click on it, then it will show up with this. This is my most recent one. This is a video that I actually done, so make sure to check it out. But this is the one that I used using Claude and I was able to deploy it using Vercel. I was thinking that, hey, maybe we could scroll or user could start scrolling and every time they reach a certain section, the text would pop up like here and it would just be like annotating on the website saying like, oh, this was my thought process. Anyways, so this is like the overall idea that I have for my website. Obviously, it is not done. Hopefully, Claude Design could actually bring this into reality. So let's see if it actually works. As per usual, I have my favorite ChatGPT to create me a prompt. So I just included all of the screenshots that I have here for the designs for my website. Then I kind of explain all of the transitions, the animations, and the functionality of my portfolio. And then Chat was able to give me a very well condensed and very, very thorough. First of all, let me import this prompt, and I'm also gonna copy and paste the last two prompts as well. Okay, hit send. I'm very excited, and let's see how long this takes. Okay, so let's see the results. I'm very excited. Portfolio designer builder, okay. Oh, okay. Click the notebook to explore. Move this around, okay. I don't know why this is a half marker, but oh, I think these are all cut off, so we need to make this as an S. Okay, those are easy fixes, that's fine. Click the notebook. Hey, I'm Kaylee. I'm a designer, builder, creator. I design things that feel human, websites. Okay, this is not what I had in mind, but I do like it. And then you scroll with the design notes. Wait, I actually really like this. Okay, product designs. This is the same format. Yeah, product one, cool. Building in public, what I make, featured videos, subscribe on YouTube. I really like it. And then close notebook. And then you click and then it'll be back on. And then you can just like drag this stuff around. Okay, let's see if I could edit this Times New Romans. Okay, draw, comment. Can this be at the bottom right corner? Okay, send that to Claude. As I was saying, this is a completely different style than the one that I was thinking of. Now, it seems pretty evident to me that what Claude Design does well is they have very cool designs when you don't have a specific vision. Everything that I've done so far, all of the challenges, they are all done within one prompt. I haven't been editing or commenting on any of them until this one. So it leads me to think that this is not bad for a first prompt. Let me know in the comments down below if you want a video specifically dedicated to creating my portfolio or the comic journal, because I do want to do or test run one of the projects and see how long it takes for Claude Design to have a fully integrated design, and then we will publish that or send that to Claude Code to actually fully execute the website and then further deploy it. Well, yeah, let me know if that's a video that you want to watch and I will make it. Anyways, on to challenge 4 now. Okay, I'm very excited for the last challenge, and as you all know, I'm a content creator. I create YouTube videos, and I just wanted to see if Claude Design can make me a 1-minute animated intro for this video. As per usual, we have our bestie ChatGPT to generate a prompt. So I'm gonna copy and paste this. This is, let's just say, YouTube intro, and let's wait. Well, instead of seeing a finished product, Claude just told me that, hey, you've hit your Claude Design usage limit. Try again in about 24 hours. Claude Design uses its own usage limit for now. This is separate from your regular Claude usage. Well, great. That's good to know. So this goes to show that each prompt takes a lot of tokens, because we've only went through, what, 3 challenges. I haven't used Claude Design at all before doing these challenges. So it just seems to me that the limit is quite restricted. But interesting enough, I did some research and it seems like it should be weekly limits and not daily limits, but I might be wrong. Okay, so Claude Design has its own completely separate pricing from the rest of Claude. So here is exactly how it works, including what happens the second you run out. So first, the most important thing to understand is that Claude Design does not share your existing chat or Claude Code token budget. It's completely separate. It has its own tracking, its own weekly limits, completely independent. So here's what Anthropic officially says on their support page. And I want to be straight with you because they don't deliberately push exactly the number of tokens. They just describe the plans quite qualitatively. So there's the Pro, which is what I'm on, $20 per month. So this is best for quick explorations and one-off use. Think trying it out once in a while, testing an idea, which is what we are doing right now. Max 5X, which is the $100 per month. This is best for semi-regular use, which is product managers and engineers building mockups fairly regularly. So this is for more of the corporate people, I guess. There's the Max 20X, which is $200 per month, and that is best for power use. So for designers and creatives who are in it every single day. So that's what Anthropic actually wrote. No hard numbers publicly listed because it's still in research preview beta and limits are subject to change. So this is what happens when you run out of tokens. There's 2 options. Number 1 is you wait for the weekly reset. Limits reset every 7 days. So if you burn your weekly pro allowance on Monday, then you wait until next Monday. For number 2, you buy extra usage. So Anthropic officially supports this on all paid plans. You can purchase additional Claude Design capacity beyond your weekly limit, billed at standard API standards. Which brings us to the cost of that coverage. So Claude Design is powered by Opus 4.7 at standard API rates. Opus 4.7 costs $5 per million input tokens and $25 per million output tokens. Overall, I think Claude Design is most useful for people who don't already have a super clear vision in mind. So if you're starting from a rough idea and just need something to help you explore directions, generate concepts, or get unstuck, then I can see why this feels very exciting. It genuinely, yeah, like it does give you something visual to react to, which is great and helpful. As you can see with my challenge 3 or challenge 2, I forgot, the comic journal, I just had the idea. I don't really have a, visual direction. And that was the reason why it really did surprise me. Like, oh, this looks pretty good, pretty decent. However, if you do have a vision in mind and you have a specific design standard, I honestly don't think it's as crazy as people making it out to be. Obviously, right now it's still in its beta version, but given the prompts and also the exemplars for the consulting slides, like my challenge number one, it didn't really follow the aesthetic or the design standards that I've set. So I don't know, take it as you will. And I think the other big issue is just how long everything took. Each challenge took around 15 to 20 minutes per prompt on average. I do understand that these prompts are super, super long and there were a lot of assets and components that I put into, but like it does take a long time and also it does add up, especially with the tokens. As you know, for the challenge 4, I didn't even get to finish it. I didn't even get to see the animation because I've hit my limit. I don't know if it's daily limit or weekly limit. I tried to look online, but it doesn't show me. It only shows me the tokens I've used for Claude Code or Claude.ai. Is Claude Design impressive? Yeah, I would say so. But is it useful? Yes, for the right person. But for me, I think the biggest takeaway is that this tool is a lot better for exploration than executing a very exact vision. And once you factor in how long each prompt takes and how quickly the limits cut you off, it becomes way less of a no-brainer than what people make it seem like. So that's Claude Design, what it is, everything it can do, and what I actually built with it, and whether it's worth your money. It's live right now on Claude.ai for Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise subscribers. If you are already paying for Claude, just go try it out. There's no harm. You've got nothing to lose except some of your weekly token budget, but that is separate from Claude Code or Claude, so you are fine. If this really helped you, then please subscribe. I'm a designer, business student, and a creator, and I'm just testing out which AI tools are worth your time and money. If that's you, stick around and see you in the next one.